Okay, summit recap. Now I'm recording. Now we're real. So yeah, we had the super workout. It was like 30,000 people. We had seminars that you got to choose. You choose your track of who you want to listen to speak. Those were so awesome. Took so many notes that I'm trying and in the process of typing out to share with you guys. And yeah, we had like dinners out and stuff. And there was an awesome Billy Idol private concert, and he's crazy. And like brought Tony Horton up on the stage, and it was super weird for a bit. Oh, nice. Hey, Cass. Okay. And yeah, but my biggest takeaway from Summit that I wanted to just talk about really quickly was I was at the Chelsea Pearson and Ali Epham's seminar. And those are two of my favorite coaches to follow. I just connect like with them, with their jam. And Ali asked the question to the crowd, what would you do without Beachbody? What would you do without Beachbody in your life? And I sat there and it just like hit me in the head like a ton of bricks. It was just like, I just started crying, and I couldn't even, we discussed it in our groups. We had to write it down in our notebook and then discuss it in our groups. And I honestly couldn't tell my friends my answer. Like, it was my turn to talk about it after Brandon had gone. And obviously Brandon talking about how Beachbody has affected him and us and stuff made me cry even more. So I'm just sitting there like weeping because I couldn't even articulate what I was feeling, because I have been so, like, my whole life is different now. My whole life is different, right? Like, I paid off my entire student line of credit. I've gone to Asia and made a paycheck weekly. I've reversed my IBS from celiac disease after 10 years of like, made this amazing community of friendships and like all this crazy stuff. I'm not teaching full time. It's nuts. Like, all this stuff is so crazy that has happened because of Beachbody, because I messaged Ginny and was like, damn girl, you look good. And he was like, hey, join my challenge group. And I was like, okay, let's do this. And because I like reached out and asked her and she extended this opportunity to me, this is where we are now. So it's crazy. I can't wait for you guys to experience a whole year of that and then get to your first summit next year and have a moment like that, because it was honestly, it just like shook me. It was so powerful. Anyways, okay, now I'm done rambling about that. Nice. Kylie's on too. Okay, sweet. So I'm going to screen share, like I said, and I'm just going to talk. And then I'll open it up at the end for any questions or anything like that if we've got time. Cool beans with everybody? Yes? Kylie, I'm just going to mute you. Not that I don't love you, but I'm going to just mute everybody. Mute. All right. And share screen. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's see if I can't. Nice. Tell me if you guys can see this in a couple of seconds. Just give me a thumbs up. Can you see that, Jenny? Just give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen. Good? Cool. All right. So August 8th team call. Welcome. All right. Number one, I wanted to talk about, sorry, this is our title for today, how to boost your biz in 1 month. So I have been getting a lot of people are super pumped about Team Cup right now, which is awesome. And I know a few of us are on different teams, and that's all great and stuff. And Team Cup is a really great way to get motivated and go into the fall with a good momentum. That's something that I learned last year. It really, if anything, even if you don't win the prizes or whatever, it gives you that momentum that you need to hurl you into the next season. Because I'm going to tell you that September, October, and November, this is going to go into our busiest season yet, because the fall is when people are, somehow the fall is the time when people are like, hey, I got my one-track mind. I'm getting back into routine. I'm not drinking anymore from the summer or partying or whatever. I'm ready to get back into a schedule and work out and commit to a program. And then it's before Christmas, and then you have your post-Christmas rush and your New Year's rush. And then, so this is going to be the busiest season, all right? We actually are just leaving the slowest season. Summer is usually the hardest, what I've found personally. And I think Ginny can attest to that too. But anyways, so I wanted to talk today about 3 tips that I've got for you guys that are going to help you boost your business in a month or less. I can almost guarantee it. If you implement these things right now consistently, you will boost your biz within a month, and you guys will all rank advance, and you will all get pumped up and do great things. All right, you're already doing great things, but more so now. So number 1, I think that PD is one of those things that people put off, and they think that they don't have to do it. And it's one of the vital behaviors that they disregard, or they think that they don't need it. And in fact, it actually is the most important one. So I remember when I first started coaching, I started PD, and that was great. And then on days when I got busy, PD was the first thing that I would miss, because I thought, hey, if I don't have time to send my messages out, if I don't have time to do my workout, and if I don't have time to whatever, send my extra invites out or all these things. I don't have time to do PD. If I'm cutting something out, that's what's going to go first. But that is the one thing that has to stay. Okay. So the reason why PD is so important is because everything starts with this and ends with this. Okay. So if you're in a funk, if your business is in a funk, that's because you're in a funk and you need to address that. And the way that you address that is by consistently fueling your mind with positive literature, positive audio, that kind of thing. I have on my website a motivation page, and I've written in categories all my favorite PD books, and I also listen to podcasts every day. So one of the biggest things that I want you guys to take away from this, specifically this call, is I want you to commit daily to PD. So personally, I wake up and I listen to a podcast first thing in the morning. Jenny, I know that you do a similar thing. Okay, I go for a walk and I listen to a podcast. Right now I'm obsessed with the Earn Your Happy podcast. I also listen to Tony Robbins' YouTube videos. Who else do I listen to right now? There's one called TGIM, Thank God It's Monday, the Entrepreneur podcast. And I listen to Amy Porterfield, Network Marketing Made Easy. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of different podcasts. You can look up, literally Google like best podcast for confidence, best podcast for whatever you're dealing with or working on or whatever you want to listen to, and search those podcasts. There are so many. And one day Marie's going to have her own podcast that you can listen to too. So that's sweet. So I commit daily, pick a podcast and a book. Okay. So I know that a lot of us are busy and work long hours and that kind of thing, but PD is so important. I can't even reiterate it enough how important it is to be fueling your mind all day. So I would listen to a podcast while I'm doing laundry, dishes, while I'm driving, right? We all commute. I think it's something crazy. Like the time that we commute, the hours that it takes that we commute, we could have finished a master's degree by the time we're like 25 or something, or 26. So use that time, instead of listening to music sometimes in the car, listen to a podcast instead. And it'll make your ride and your drive that much more enjoyable. I wanted to talk really quickly about the National Wake Up Call. You should be listening to that every single week. Like it's gold. It's such gold from the company. And it never fails to like leave me feeling fired up. But I also want to say this, and that Ginny had posted this and it made me think about it today. Do not use the National Wake Up Call as your PD. Okay. Because the National Wake Up Call is part of your job, right? As a coach, that's part of learning about the company. That's part of the motivation of what you do as a coach. But nevertheless, use it as a weekly substance. Okay, and I put it in PD because it is under that category. I also put Top Coach YouTube on there because this is so not a reinvent the wheel type business, right? It's all been done before. So why would you put extra stress or extra stress on yourself by trying to reinvent things or try to figure out things all by yourself, when you could just go find a couple top coaches that you totally jive with, and you could see watch their videos on how they've countered something or experienced something or dealt with something else, right? There's top coach YouTube videos are awesome because somebody's already done it before you, right? So why not learn from them, learn from their mistakes, learn from their triumphs, and then take it and apply it to your own life. So I put some of my favorite books down there. I actually am just finishing up Be a Sales Superstar by Brian Tracy, and it is awesome. Like I have a little list of books that I'm going to read over and over and over again. These are 4 that are on there, as well as the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. That one's really awesome too. But Miracle Morning, I'll say, probably has had the biggest impact on me because that's what made me start to realize I need to fill my cup first. So now the first 45 minutes, hour of my day, I spend only on me. I don't answer messages first thing. I don't do anything Beachbody related first thing. I always wake up, go for my walk, listen to my podcast, journal on the front deck, have my coffee, and then I do my stuff, right? So that one has really helped me with that. I know, Megan, you're reading You're a Badass. I love that book so much. That's such a great one too. That was one of the first ones I read. And Compound Effect is just probably arguably the best one. I think that's all I wanted to say about that. I wanted to make one more point about mental fitness. Mental fitness is just like physical fitness. Okay. In order to grow, you have to work it daily. Just like when you build a muscle and you have to work that muscle until you tear it a little bit and then it builds, tear it a little bit and it builds. Same thing with your mental fitness. So push yourself through your mental fitness, push yourself through doing PD daily, and just to commit for yourself, commit for your business, and commit for your life, because it's going to affect so much more than just your Beachbody coaching, right? I'm hoping that you guys are all realizing this now, that Beachbody coaching, even though that's the vehicle we use, it's so much more of a life coaching type thing that we get to do. So anyways, okay, number 1, up your mental fitness. Number 2, share your health journey. All right, so some of the best months for myself for Success Club are months when I am actively sharing. Yeah, Ginny's like, yeah, actively sharing exactly what I'm doing with my program that I'm committing to every single day. I'm not just like trying this randomly, trying this randomly, trying this randomly. I am sharing like day 7 out of 14, day 7 out of 21 or whatever. Holy shit, that sucked. This is what's up. This is what I ate today. This is what I'm dealing with. This is this is a triumph I had. This is something I get to celebrate. This is a non-scale victory, whatever. But committing to that program and then sharing it all the way through is so huge. That's what people want to see, right? Having a before and after picture is awesome. That's great for your own sake. Yeah, saw that. It's great for your own sake. Sorry, I'm getting hot now. It's great for your own sake, but people don't relate to perfection, and they don't relate to you at your chapter 20, right? Sometimes I get people that I contact about asking if they want to coach, asking if they want to join a group, blah, blah, blah. And they'll say, well, Maria, I'm nowhere near your fitness level. I'm nowhere near where you are in your physical journey. And to that, I say to them every single time, like, do not compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 20. I've been doing this for like 17 months, and I've been doing this every single day for 17 months. So how would you even expect to be at the same level? And we have different body types, and we have different abilities, and like, it's so personal and it's so unique to you that's why sharing your keyword health journey is so important, because the people that will relate to that, your tribe, the people that are in your niche and your the people that are attracted to you, basically, that's who's going to see that, and that's who's going to be like, oh, I can do that too. Oh, like, I know Megan, I know Carly, right? Those are the people that are going to see you posting that consistently and see you sticking to that program, and they're going to believe in themselves enough to reach out and do that too. Obviously, proof of the product is one of our vital behaviors, right? We, as coaches, like, it's not a job requirement, I guess, but it is, right? You need to be proof of the product if you want people to trust you, if you want people to believe what you're doing, and if you want to advocate in full that these programs and products work. Okay, so being proof of the product means so much more than having a 50-pound weight loss journey, obviously, right? It's not about the weight loss. It's not about the inches lost, but enhancing your health using these programs and products, that's what it's about. Okay, so be proof of the product and share your journey. Please, 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 I beg of you, do not share stock photos of containers. Share you, okay? So if there's a sale, like even with like right now, okay, Country Heat's on sale, and I know that a lot of people, actually, Megan, I'm picking you right now because you have had the best post ever about it. She recorded herself twice doing Country Heat and put the picture of the DVD, but then also the video of her doing it and another picture of her doing it, I think. And it was awesome because you can add that into your post, yes, but just please don't post just the containers or just the program. All right. And then at the bottom here, I just have people will relate more to you now than they will when you have an after photo. So like, share the process and enjoy the process, because that's what it's all about, right? We always say it's about the journey, not the destination. It's about the journey. So enjoy the freaking journey, because it's awesome. And you're going to look back and be like, holy crap, I did so much. Like, I did such awesome things, but enjoy it. All right. I'm cruising through these. I think that's all I wanted for there. Okay, and number 3, invite and build relationships. So these 3 photos, that's Rosalind, TJ, and Anna. Like, those are 3 people that are in our community that I've gotten to work with, that I've gotten to be friends with. These are real people, right? And I could have put any single one of your guys' transformation photos up there, but that is what we do. So whenever we put up that Success Club board, whenever we put up those numbers, this is what it is, right? These are real people with real results, real families, real jobs that have real insecurities or IBS or like physical limitations or whatever that they're working towards. And we get to share this opportunity with them, and we get to help them overcome those obstacles and take back control over their life. Like, how freaking cool of a job do we have? I just think it's amazing. So when you're, oh, did I leave oh no. Oh, that's funny. Maria was obviously tired last night when she made these slides. Same text on both sides. Okay, I'll just read what I have in my notes then. So don't look at the commit to, like, well, you can look at that, but that's not for this slide. So when you're inviting and you're building relationships, you really need to push your comfort zone. And that's where your PD is going to come in handy. And that's when your proof of the product is going to come in handy, because if you're reading PD and your mind is solid and you're doing the workouts and drinking Shakeology and you're being proof of the product and you've lost 5 pounds and you feel fly as hell, you're going to feel confident enough to reach out to more people, right? That's just the way it goes. That's why all these things, they just all benefit each other. So when you're inviting, though, I really want you to try to think of it as more of like you're giving a gift. And that sounds kind of weird and like self-conceited, but I always try and think about it like this. When I finished my first 21-day fix, and my IBS was already starting to reverse itself. And I was reading Compound Effect, and I was doing the 30-day push with Chalene Johnson. I was feeling on top of the world. I hadn't experienced that level of confidence in a long, long time. And my anxiety was being lessened, and all these things were just, I was feeling better. I was feeling less depressed about my chosen career. I was just feeling great, right? And so I shared that with other people. And I think now the girl that was before 21 Day Fix and Shakeology came into her life, I need to find that girl and I need to share this with her, because if I deserve to have this, so does she, right? If I deserve to feel this amazing, and if I deserve to have this level of health and wellness and community and friendship and all this awesomeness and going to Summit and doing these trips and making money and paying off loans, if I deserve this, so does that girl, right? So it's my job and my mission to find that girl and to share it with her. And that's why it's so important for you guys to figure out who your ideal customer is, who your customer avatar is. I think I posted that assignment in there a couple weeks ago. I do have it in our coach training in the online Google Docs. So go do that assignment. It's going to take you about an hour, but it's so worth it. Finding out who your ideal client is, who your customer is. I'll give you a hint. It's basically you before you found Beachbody. But doing that just gives you such a more clear vision and picture of what to post and how to post in order to appeal to that person. Okay, because that's who you're speaking to. You're not trying to speak to everyone, you're trying to speak to a specific audience. Because if you try to speak to everyone, you're going to speak to no one. That's just the fact of the matter. So push your comfort zone, reach out, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like, it's, you guys all know this now too, and I'm so proud of all of your posts. Honestly, it makes, every time I see your posts, I'm just like, and sometimes I go comment, but I'm just, my little heart gets so happy when I see all your posts, because you guys really are pushing comfort zones. I don't know if she is on here, but she just had a photo shoot done, and she was like, Marie, this is way out of my comfort zone, but I love these pictures and amazing things are happening. Like, how does this happen? And she's like almost 50 and just killing it. Looks amazing. Like, she looks like she's 35. So share your secrets on that one. But anyways, it's amazing things happen when you push your comfort zone, right? And we all know that, and we've all experienced that, especially through starting these programs and starting to share on social media. And it is a little nerve-wracking at first. You're like, oh, what if people judge me? What if people don't like what I'm posting? You know, like, screw them. That's not who you're posting for. You're posting for that person, that girl that you were before you found this. And you're posting so that you can find that person and you can reach out and give them a helping hand. Because if you help change one person's life, wouldn't it be worth it? Right? Like, wouldn't it be worth it? And you can help hundreds, if not thousands of people's lives if you continue with this business. That's the craziest thing. I've gotten to help, I think my customer in my back office, and granted, some of them have been leads, so I haven't specifically been able to reach, like, connect with some people or whatever, but I've helped over like 275 people so far in 16 months or whatever. That's a lot of freaking people. That's so cool, you know? And like, we get to have this community. Anyways, I'm getting all sappy. Okay. Ooh, my last thing I wanted to share about inviting and building relationships. No, it's not gonna be the last thing I share, but it's gonna be one of the last things. So you need to find the right people to help, right? But when people object, I know that can be something that's a little bit scary. And I know I personally dealt with that. And for a long time, I was like, okay, well, this person is objecting because they think it's too expensive. They don't have time. What else? They are too busy. They are not fit enough. They have kids. They work a job because they think nobody else works a job, so they work a job. All these different excuses, okay, they're all excuses. All these different objections. At first, I was like, okay, like, that's okay if you can't afford it this month, I get it. Like, I'll just follow up with you next month, you know. But then I realized that the people that object, they are interested. So when somebody puts up an objection, it means that they are thinking about this. Okay, they're thinking about doing this thing, and they put up this objection as like a slight defense mode almost. It's weird. Like, the human psyche is super weird, but they object because it's almost like a slight defense mode, and they're trying to decide in their brain, okay, well, is pros and cons. Okay, could I make it work? No, I can't make it work. And then they try and put this objection out there, right, as this defense mode. But all you need to do is you just need to take that and you need to educate them. That's our job. We need to educate people, counter their objection, and just say, hey, have you considered looking at it this way? You know, people say, oh, Marie, Shakeology is too expensive for me. Like, it's way too expensive. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, you cannot buy all of these ingredients that are in Shakeology for cheaper than what's in this bag. And what is the price you're putting on your health? Like, you are spending $80 to $100 a weekend on drinks and booze and burgers. Like, what are you talking about? Stop drinking for a weekend for one shake. right? Or join as a coach. Help 3 people with a challenge pack this month, and boom, there's your Shakeology paid for. So it's just, you have to try and like help people see the bigger picture, and a lot of people won't. They'll be in their ruts and they'll be in their stories that they always tell themselves, you know? So you have to try and help them gain a different perspective, and you have to try to understand that when somebody objects, it's not a bad thing. It is totally a good thing. It means that they're intrigued. It means they're interested, and it just means you need to educate them. Alrighty? What else did I want to say? I think that's it. Yeah, just like you need to find the right people, and don't get discouraged when people say no, right? It's like, I always use this example, but it's so true. If you're waitressing in a restaurant and you go to a table after dinner and you're like, hey man, do you want coffee? And they're like, no. You wouldn't be offended. You wouldn't take it personally. You would just say, okay, that's all right, next table, you know? And then you'd go to the next table and you'd say, hey, do you guys want coffee? And they'd be like, actually, no, we don't. And you're like, okay, that's okay. And then you go to the next table and you try again. And you say, hey guys, do you want coffee? And they're like, yeah, we totally do actually. You go, okay, great. Do you want cream and sugar? Right? So do you want a deluxe challenge pack, or do you want to sign up as a coach? It's the same thing. It's the same principle. You're just offering, right? You're just offering the opportunity. You're offering people this chance to try these programs and products and be a part of this company and community, and to change their lives. Like, you're giving people the chance to change their lives, whether they realize that at first or not. So anyways, okay, those are the things I wanted to share with you all. I'm sorry that third slide didn't save properly or something, but what time are we at? Oh, gotta do. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to just say those 3 points. Do you guys want to, if anybody has a question or wants to make a point about any of the slides that I made, do you want to just unmute yourself and ask to the group so we can have a slight conversation before we end our little call? I knew I wanted to make it short, so I just busted through all that in 28 minutes, not bad. Does anybody have any questions whatsoever? It doesn't have to be about our team call information either. It can be about anything coaching. Nada, hey? You guys are all golden? Okay, I'll pose a question to you. Because this will be good. It'll be good for me and it'll be good for all of you. When I first asked you, think back to when I first asked you to coach, okay? What was the deciding factor for you joining me as a coach with Boomerang Wellness? Why did you join me? Why were you intrigued with Boomerang Wellness and our community and our fit community and everything? Janelle, let's start with you. I'm going to pick people. This is the teacher in me.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually don't really remember exactly. But I think a lot of it is that I'm just so inspired by your enthusiasm for not just the products, but just the entire journey, the entire process. I just really connect with your attitude, and I guess I just kind of thought that it was something that I could possibly do as well.
That's really nice. Thank you very much for that. Okay, I want to ask these questions because do you see what she just said? Like that, it doesn't matter that it was me. It could have been anybody. It could have been Megan, Cass. It could have been Kylie. It could have been Janelle or Virginia, right? It could have been anybody. But the fact, what she said is she connected with me because I showed her that she could do it too. Okay, that's one of the biggest things you guys can share with people, and that's why sharing your journey through the highs and lows is so important, because you can share these to these people, like you can do this too. Okay, okay, Megan, what about you? Why did you join when you thought I was crazy? Probably.
Well, it was actually. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it was kind of easy for me to go into coaching because I'm so used to coaching basketball, so it was kind of like, hey, I've kind of done a coaching thing before, so maybe it's not so difficult. But I really appreciated like Marie reaching out to me, and the fact that I kind of knew her family. I was like, okay, this isn't so scary because it's not just like a random person. So I thought that if I can connect with like people that I know, that they'd be more willing to join the movement because they kind of know me. So that's, if that made any sense.
No, it did. I'm so glad you brought that up actually, because, okay, first of all, thank you. I love that. I really appreciate that. But second of all, that has to do with why we build relationships, right? I think, Brandon, what did you read this afternoon? That was 2% of people buy from people they don't know. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Sorry, Brandon's in the living room. He reads PD too, so we talked about this. So 2% of people buy from people they don't know. That's it. Nothing. 2%. Okay, so that means that the 98% buy from somebody that they are either acquainted with or friends with. That is why this business is a relationship business, right? So when I'm adding new friends, when you guys are adding new friends, when you are sending out posts and people are liking them and you're messaging them being like, hey man, thanks so much for liking my post. That's it. Just thank you for liking my post. Thanks for taking the time to show me some love. That's relationship building. When you are going out and you're commenting on 5 people's pictures in a day or whatever, 5 different friends on Facebook's things, or wishing people happy birthday, or doing a random act of kindness in the street, or running into somebody at Superstore that you haven't seen in 10 years and complimenting them, right? All those kind of things, those all contribute to relationship building. That's huge. And that's what's going to propel your business forward, like Megan said, because you feel connected to that person and they're not a stranger. So it's, you know, it's trustworthy. It's okay. It's okay to venture into there. Okay, what about Cass? Because we have an interesting history.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess originally I had found another coach that I felt that I had connected with, and I guess it just kind of went downhill from there. She wasn't motivated. She wasn't a product of the product, and it was hard to learn from her. So I reconnected with you, and I just thought, like, you know, I've been following your posts for a while, and I just thought that, you know, you have your shit together, you know what you're doing, you know what you're passionate about, and I wanted to be a part of that. Like, it's so inspiring, and like, it's hard not to want to be around people who are happy and who are confident, and that's just kind of what attracted me to Boomerang Wellness and to you.
Well, you guys are a bunch of sweethearts. I didn't realize this was going to be like a compliment, Marie. Yeah, I'm all blushing now. Thank you for that. Oh, nice. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, but I'm taking it back to learning moments after everyone so I can deflect it from myself. Thank you for that. So that's true, right? Like, and that just comes from you guys, from doing PD and from being proof of the product, and from just being what's the word? Being so sure of yourself, just being secure in what you're doing and where you are at, and knowing that where you're at is where you're supposed to be and you are enough. Okay. And that's one of my biggest mantras for my life, actually, personally. It's you are enough. Because I think we grow up and we don't believe that, and we think we always need to be more or different or better, you know, and we never really take what we are right now and who we are right now. We never really consider that and are grateful for that and grateful for all that we've done or been through. So just like, you're enough. Okay, that's what I have to say about that. Getting all preachy now. Okay, we have a little bit of time left. Kylie, do you want to, I know you're on your phone. I'm not sure if that'll still work. Let's try it.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So it was last year, and I had a different coach, and she ended up being inactive. So then I found you, and then it was about a year after that that I decided, you know what, I need to get back on track with things, and I've been loving your posts. And then I just decided to sign up. I was thinking, hey, I can help people, just like how I was kind of, I don't know, basically I was lost or whatever. And then because of Beachbody, I was able to connect with people and find myself, and I thought maybe I could help other people too.
Love that. I love that so much. Thanks, Fran. And I'm so glad you did too. I remember her asking you for like a year. I was like, Kylie, when are you going to coach? When are you joining me? She's like, shut up, Marie. I don't want to yet. I'm not ready. But that's the thing too. Like, some people, it takes a long time, and you can't want it for people, right? You can't ever force people into it. You can try. I've tried, but it doesn't work. But you can't want it for people. You just have to show them that they can do it. And I think for a long time, I don't remember how many months, Kylie, you and I talked back and forth, and I was like, hey, are you ready yet? You're going to be really good at it. I know you will be, but when are you ready? And she was like, actually, like one day randomly, she's just like, hey, actually, I'm thinking about coaching. I'm ready. And I was like, oh my God, yes, she's going to do it. She's going to kill it. And she does. She's been killing it since day one. But that goes back again, though, consistency of posts, right? I've heard that in every single one of your things. You're just like, I saw your journey. I saw you posting. So post your shit, post your journey, just share it. Just be vulnerable, okay? Like, it's so worth it. Just be vulnerable, because look at all the lives that you get to connect with and that you get to help be a part of. That's so cool. It's so, so cool. Okay, last but not least, and we're running out of time. Carly, you probably, I don't know if you can talk right now because you're babysitting. If you can talk right now, unmute yourself. I also don't know if she knows how to unmute herself on her phone yet. Okay, maybe we're going to leave that one. I love you all, and thank you so much for being on the team call. I'm going to put the recording back up in our group, but it means a lot to me that you're on here live, and I hope that it was some kind of value to you guys. It was okay. I think what I'll do is I might create a document in our team page with general questions, and whenever you guys have like a pretty specific question that you want to talk about on a team call, put it in that document, and then we can make that for team call titles, team call discussion topics. Is that cool with you guys? I think that's a good idea. Cool. And then I'll get people like Sweet Dear Virginia to like guest speak and that kind of thing occasionally. Yeah. All right. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'm going to exit off right away, and I hope you have a great night. All righty? Let's do this thing. Team cut. Woo. Okay, bye.